I'd do something different by telling you what books I've been reading lately. Also, I met a guy who makes me so happy. Yay! Usually people don't hit on me in public, but he did. So that was nice. Anyways, I was going to share you some books I've been reading lately, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, this one, I like biographies, especially, and fiction. Like, I'll read fiction, I'll read nonfiction, like, especially biographies for nonfiction. And I've been reading, I like to read several books at once instead of just one, by the way. This is a book about Clara Bow. She was an actress in the 1930s. And she had a really terrible childhood, but she kind of, like, got through it. And that's very inspirational for me to read. I think that's very cool. I like rags to riches kind of stories and stuff. So that's kind of inspirational and stuff. She was the greatest box office draw of her day. She was raised in the slums of Brooklyn, and her dad was an alcoholic and her mom was insane. So that's kind of sucks because she has kind of had the odds against her right away. She won a Motion Picture Magazine's 1921 Fame and Fortune contest, and that's how she got noticed. It was for her looks at first. Yeah, and it was written by David Sten, who is a graduate of Yale University. So, he's probably telling the truth. I don't think guys from Yale lie about stuff, do they? Comment down below if that's true. If guys from Yale don't. I've never met anyone from, like, Harvard or Yale. That would be really cool, though. Like, just to say you met someone from there. Man. Okay, this is another biography. Well, it's an autobiography. It's about Gene Wilder. I love him. But I didn't like him in Young Frankenstein. It's one of my least favorite movies. I didn't think it was that funny. Anyways, this is a book about Gene Wilder, written by Gene Wilder, I believe. It's called My Search for... Kiss Me Like a Stranger, My Search for Love and Art. So far, it's kind of boring, but it's in the beginning where he's kind of reflecting about his childhood, like, events that kind of, like, shaped the person he was today. And I like it. I've read it before, like I've read the other one before, but I like rereading books sometimes, and this is one of those books that I want to reread. He talks about everything from his experiences in psychoanalysis to why he got into acting in the first place. And I think originally, before one of his sisters, I think he just has one sister, actually. His sister was in acting first, and then he saw her perform, and then I think after that he got interested in it. So kind of like a sibling rivalry kind of thing. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Maybe he has a good relationship with her. I don't know. Oh, and then he talks about marrying comedian Gilda Radner. I heard she was really funny, but it's a shame I didn't really know her or really see her stuff. But I guess I could go on YouTube and just look at it. And never mind. Okay. Anyways, okay, so that's over with. The next book I've been reading is fiction. It's the second book in the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. You know I'm telling the truth because I'm making my eyebrows go up and down. No, I'm kidding. I just feel like being silly. It's called Insurgent instead of Divergent. It's the second book, and it has a tree. Look. And I think it's a symbolizes, like, new life or something, maybe. Yeah, so far I'm on what chapter am I on? I forget. Chapter 8. Oh, so I'm pretty far in this. I'm on page 87, chapter 8. I don't know if I like it when authors, like, title the chapters. I don't really do that when I write. But, because it's kind of, like, weird. I don't know. I have, like, a weird feeling about that. And I like to prefer to, like, write the numbers out instead of actually writing them out, like, in... Like, the number 8, I like to write the actual number. When I'm writing a story, I like to write the actual number 8 instead of just writing the word 8 out. Because for some reason, I'm, like... I may become kind of lazy like that. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I think it's okay so far, even though he kind of has an old-fashioned name. But I'm kind of have, like, a cool, I'm kind of liking those old-fashioned names, though. I'm going through, like, a weird phase where, like, I'm, like, looking up, like, old-fashioned names, and I'm gonna name, like, my new age characters kind of old-fashioned names, like Charlotte and stuff. Like, those pretty names, from the olden days. So far, yeah, I don't want to spill too much from the book in case you haven't read it or want to read it. But, yeah, I think I like it so far. They're in, yeah, Caleb's a weird name, but it kind of works. Kind of works for him. She's very, she doesn't like being told what to do. They're in a new kind of, like, group, and they're trying to find their way, like, out of it, basically. And that's, like, the part I got to. I haven't really gotten to too many parts. The other book I've been scanning, not reading. It's a book by Emily Dickinson. This is my old book from college. I forgot the cover. It came off or something. It's the complete poems of Emily Dickinson. I love her poems. They're so... Ooh, Oh, the day came slow till 5 o'clock, then sprang before the hills, like hindered rubies, or the light, a sudden musket spills. Oh, can you like hear that and like not be amazed? If you're not amazed by that, I don't even want to know about it. Like that, I'll be like totally surprised. Oh, that's weird. The orchard sparkled like a Jew. Well, I guess it was a different time. Oh, okay, I'm gonna skip that one. Okay. The purple could not keep the east. The sunrise shook abroad. Like breaths of topaz packed in night, the lady just unrolled. I'm just picturing like a lady like doing a weird like yoga thing where she's like in a fetal position and she's like unrolling herself. I don't know. I'm thinking about that scene from that Simpsons episode where Mr. Burns, it was like in the woods in the alien episode about like the Springfield Files, I think it was called, where he's like getting his chiropractor his back done and he's like in those weird positions. That's what I think of when I thought of that. Thank you, Emily Dickinson. The happy winds their timbrels took, the birds in docile rows arranged themselves around their prince. The wind is prince of those. Ooh, I like that one. That one's really catchy. This is who inspires me. It's Emily Dickinson. But I don't really like Jane Austen. I think I prefer Emily Dickinson to Jane Austen. Because, I don't know. Because writing poetry is hard. I would know. Because I've struggled in the past writing poetry. I used to take a creative writing class in college. And at first I really struggled. But after you get the hang of it, you do better. And so, yeah, hard work. Yeah, woo. Hard work. Woo. I've read this before, too. It's called The First King of Hollywood, The Life of Douglas Fairbanks. But I'm reading it again because I feel like it. And I like Douglas Fairbanks. Look how sexy he looks. I thought he looked kind of good, you know. So far I'm not really too far ahead. I'm only on chapter 3, I think, and I really like this book because there's pictures in it, so I can easily understand what's going on. No kidding, but like there's old photos in here that is really cool. I liked how they included that in there instead of just having like words in here. But yeah, they get very descriptive in here about his life, like his childhood, and I think his dad he left home from them when he was very young, so that was really sad that I didn't know about. And I don't think he ever really spoke about that when he was an adult, like in his later years, so that was really sad to hear. And there's like cool words in here that I can put in my vocab lists, because I'm a writer, so I like making lists of words, like names and like just like words I don't know, so I can look up the definitions later to expand my knowledge and stuff. And yeah, it was written by Tracy Gossel, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. But yeah, so that's really cool. I think a lot of work went into the making of this book. There's over like 300 pages in here, so it's not a light read at all. So if you want to read it, just be warned, it's over like 300 pages long, so you probably won't finish it like in a day unless you're have like a reading marathon like I used to do with my mother. Reading those Harry Potter books. Oh my gosh, those are so long. The only bad thing about the Harry Potter books I didn't like was that they were so long. Like, I wish you would have shortened them. That would have made it better and easier for all of us, don't you think? Anyways, this other one is a biography. This one's a depressing biography. I'm very interested in, troubled people's lives. I don't know why. But yeah, it's about this actress named Barbara Payton. It's called Kiss Tomorrow Goodbye. The Barbara Payton story by John O'Dowd. Foreword by John Lee Payton. That's her son. I think she had only one son in her life, one child. Wasn't she pretty, though? I want to show you some pictures of her. There's also pictures of her in here, too. I mean, not in the other book, but you know what I mean. There's pictures of the person in here that they talk about, too. Look at that. Wasn't she pretty? Look at her. Tell me she wasn't pretty, and I'll slap you. She was really pretty. I think that's really cool. Just really neat. I'm not too far in that book, either. I've read it before, but I'll read it again. Oh, I like this one of her where she's like smiling. She's not wearing any makeup, I don't think. She's just sitting there smiling at the thing. I think they're in a hotel room or something. I don't know who's taking her picture. I didn't really read that part. Yeah, she was married twice, I think. One to Franchot Tone. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. It's hard to, because I've never come across the name before. Yeah. Oh, and then she was yeah, I'm not too far in here. Then she married this other guy, Tom Neal. He was an actor, too, like Franchot Tone was. Oh, this is a really pretty picture of her, too. I like this one, too. And I'm not really a fan of short hair, on me, but on certain other people, short hair looks really good, and I really like her hair. It was so blonde and so pretty. And I don't usually like blondes, the color, I mean. This is a good picture, too. Sorry if I'm sharing too much. I just get really passionate sometimes about stuff. And this is one of those things. She was in Bride of the Gorilla. What else? What else should I talk about? She was kind of pretty here too. She was like wearing shorter hair. I don't know if it was just a wig or her real hair. I forget what it said. But yeah, it was just really cool photos in here. This is her when she was 18. She had like darker hair when she was younger, I think it said. Wasn't she pretty though? She had like really good natural beauty and stuff. And it talks about her childhood. Oh, this is a good picture of her too. Now I'm just showing pictures instead of talking, aren't I? But I love that. I don't like her hat, but I love her. Like, and she was kind of misunderstood. And she went through an experience when she was growing up that kind of scarred her for life, and she never really got help with that. So that was kind of sad to read about, because I don't like reading about bad things, and even happen to other people. I feel very, like, sad about it. And she became very, this is really pretty, too. She's, like, in a bathing suit. That's a really cool photo, too. Look, back then their bathing suits were pretty plain, huh? So, yeah, she looked so happy in that picture. I like that one. That's a really good photo of her. But yeah, I just feel really bad because, like, she had a troubled life because she kind of, they had the casting couch back then in Hollywood, and she kind of was a victim of it, kind of, sort of. But she wanted to become an actress, so you can't really avoid it if you're, like, an actress back then, really. But, so yeah, she became an actress, and then she got famous, and then she kind of went through troubles with, like, she developed, I think it was, like, a drinking problem. What was it? I think it was drinking or something. I don't think it was a drug problem. But then she lost custody of her son, I think, at one point. So that was really sad to read about. That's a good photo of her, too. I just really love the photos in here. They're really cool. And there's some, like, photos from movie sets in here, too. So I really love that they included that, too. Oh, she's wearing, like, glasses in this one. Oh, that's a really pretty one, too. I'll see if I can show it without, like, wrecking the book. That one's pretty. And then this one's pretty, too. Oh, sorry. I'm giving you the middle finger there. Sorry. The bottom one I really like, too. Wasn't that pretty? Like a side profile of her. But yeah, so it shows about, like, troubled marriages, and she had one son. And it talks about, like, other people, like talking about her and stuff. So it's not just from, like, one person's point of view. So I like that they included, like, different people's points of view. Because it gives you more of a, what's it called? It makes it more realistic, and it makes it more authentic and stuff. And she had a troubled relationship with her father, I think, when she was younger. I don't know why. Maybe their personalities were similar, maybe. This is her at a courthouse because she got in trouble with the law or something. She aged a lot when she got, like... I don't know why it didn't really say why she became, like, a troubled person. I think so she never really got help in her later years about what happened to her when she was younger. It was really sad. I don't know if I want to talk about that or not. But yeah, it's very sad to, like, hear what happened to her and how she, like, dealt with it and stuff. And just it was sad to, like, read about, like, kind of, like riches to rags story. But yeah, I liked it because I don't know, I felt kind of, like, drawn to her. And I just find it very sad. Her story is very sad, but she's in peace now, so that's good. But yeah, they talk about different moments of her life and stuff, and it gets really detailed in that book too, so if you want to read that one. I don't want to spill too much of that one either. And then I'm reading this one too. I almost said The Son of Monte Cristo for some reason. The Count of Monte Cristo. 1 bat, 2. I'm trying to do the count from the Sesame Street. I ran out of bookmarks, so I just used a paper towel. I'm trying to go for hobo chic, and I think it's working. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so yeah, this is the Count of Monte Cristo, and I've just started reading the beginning of it. It's just kind of boring to read, but it has over like 500 pages. So if you like long books, this book is for you. If you hate long books, this book isn't for you. But yeah, I find it very interesting. I'll probably have to reread some parts because there's like a lot of dialogue in here packed in, and it's talking about fortresses and stuff or something, and so I have to like reread that. I haven't read this book yet in its entirety, but I don't know why I said that. That sounds really weird. I don't usually talk very properly, like entirety like that, you know. But yeah, I really like the book cover. It's kind of cool. And I haven't read, it's by Alexander Dumas. He has a cool kind of exotic last name. But yeah, I haven't read this book yet, but it has a lot of pages, so if you're not into that, then don't get it. like over 400 pages it looks like, so that kind of sucks. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. Oh, and then this other book that I might read. It's about this guy right here, St. August. No, am I losing it? Why did I think this was another guy's name? Catullus, the complete poems. He was a poet too, but this was like back in the day. Back way in the day. This was like during the ancient Roman times, I believe, or ancient Greek times. And he wrote poetry and he put in a book. So, and then he wrote it in Latin, I think, or Rome. You know what I mean? But they deciphered it. They translated it. That's what I'm looking for. They translated it into English, so it makes it easier on all of us. But they kept the original form in here too, so that was kind of neat. But yeah, I was going to probably read this, just kind of poems stuck together. And they're pretty long poems. So that's going to be kind of inspirational for me to read. So yeah, this is what I'm reading so far. I hope you enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make it too long because I didn't want to bore you to death. Anyways, have an awesome day. Bye, guys.